The Amazing Atheist video about just random things. He was answering random questions. Got me to thinking about his one part where he says that people say, "Oh, I agree with you 90 to 99% of the time," and he doesn't like it. Well, I don't like it either, but for a completely different reason. He says it's because, as a flawed individual, it kind of bothers him that someone is so obsessed with what he says that they can calculate how, oh, I like everything he says, except for maybe one thing. Whereas with me, it's the opposite. It's the fact that, they say, "Oh, I agree with you so much on so much, but nothing." Okay, you might disagree with me on something. That's not the point. The point is what you agree with me on and what we can do about it together. That's all that matters. You wouldn't go to a restaurant and say you like 99% of everything on the menu, and expect them to change that one thing because you don't like it. No, the point is it's a good restaurant. It has good food. You want to continue to go there because 99% of the time you're going to like what you eat. So you're not going to worry about the 1%. If I like anything, it's people that tell me that they disagree with me 99% of the time, because in that case, the but is still more dominant, and in that regard, it's on the positive side. It's the positive side that I disagree with everything Jim Prophet says. I hate everything about Jim Prophet, but I can't quit him. I love him. That's what it's about, really. It's about how nothing else matters but that 1%, because or else you wouldn't need to mention it. That's really all it comes down to. So if that 1% is bothering you so much that it's lingering in the back of your mind, and you have to say, "I like what you say, Jim Prophet, or "I hate you, Jim Prophet, then you learn truly what your regards are, what your priorities are, or else you wouldn't need to say it at all. So if you agree with me 99% of the time, then think about the 99% of the time you do agree with me, and let's work on that together. Or if you disagree with me 99% of the time, let's dwell on the but part in that you like what I say 1% of the time, and let's work on it together. I don't have time for people that want to dismantle what I say and tell me that I need to change my tactics, or I need to change my wording, or I need to change my beliefs, or whatever, because I'm not going to. I don't give a shit really what you think. I don't do this for you. I do this because it's right. I do it because no one else has the balls to say these things and just let it out there bluntly. I do it because it challenges your perception of reality. I do it because, frankly, it's all I have left. God forbid I should be able to post what I want online. So, really, this is my only outlet to verbalizing my discontent, or verbalizing even my content. Even just me liking something I can't post. So, I have to do it in videos. That's really what it comes down to. I don't have the freedom that I should have. And so, you have to deal with these videos. If you really don't like the videos I make, then all the more so you should support getting rid of moderators. That way I can go somewhere else. Because if you honestly think that you're in the right to take that away from me, to take away my ability to post somewhere I want to, then you're a disgusting human being. And I don't care how much I agree with you. That priority right there is going to forever put you out of my mind as some kind of beast, as some kind of wretched individual that needs to just be erased from existence. That's what it's about. It's about prioritizing your life. And if you don't have priorities, what do you have? I'm not gonna say I have my life all together. I'm not gonna say I have this grand scheme and that everything's just laid down perfectly and I know everything about everything. I've got all the answers. No, but I have priorities. I have principles, and you know what? That's enough. And if you don't believe that, don't believe that. Continue living the way you do. Continue going to work every day, being a slave to the system, and not doing shit for anybody. Continue to live your wretched existence until you eventually die, regret, shameful, believing in whatever spiritual deity you believe in, and however that plans out. Maybe you'll reincarnate. Maybe you'll go to heaven and be with your grandpappy and fucking dog or whatever. Or maybe you'll just rot in the ground, But all your belief systems have flaws too, If you believe in heaven, then you have to consider the fact that maybe some people don't deserve to go to heaven, but are going to be there anyway. That sucks. Or if you can go to hell, you personally can go to hell. That clearly sucks. If you believe in reincarnation, I would think that sucks all the more so, because then nothing you do has meaning, because you're just going to be right back where you started. So, you need to think about where your priorities are and what really matters to you. I don't care about the 1% either agreeing or disagreeing with me. I care about where you agree with me on and what we can do about it together. That's it. So, that's all I have to say.